Hello there everyone, Jojcib here, and welcome back to some more Rise of Flight miniseries with Gunther Mann flying the Fokker D.VIII. Now, if you remember last time we left off, we flew one mission out so far. We've got a bunch of kills, but they were all systematically denied. So we did not get any victories whatsoever, but we did get a little bit of a feel for the aircraft, and I can say I'm very much liking the aircraft itself. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a mission here. Now, this mission is to escort our flight to the location near Bellecourt. Accompany them until they cross the line. So it looks like we are escorting a group of bombers. Excuse me. And I will be taking up with me Klaus Messerschmitt will be my wingman, and his wingman will be Ferdinand Wirtz. Now let's go ahead and make sure we are all selected in our Fokker 8s, because that is what this campaign, or this mini-series, is all about. So there we go, everyone's set. And we'll go ahead and accept that mission, and I will see you all in game. So stay tuned. And here we are in game. So let's go ahead and make sure we have everything set up for ourselves. Now, I believe I had the default Jesta skin. I'm not sure why the one that I had selected, I think actually it was this one, is not picking up, so we'll take that one up. We'll take 1,000 ammo. Let us drop our gun range back to, let's say, 250. Or close enough to 250. Let's make sure we have all of our gauges that we want. Yes, and let's go with a yellow scarf for today with maybe a red checkered streamer. That's information for the aircraft, and we have the Luger pistol. So let's go ahead and jump into game. Alright, and now we are in game. Make sure we're all set up. Get track IR centered. There we go. Sure, yep, we're good. Alrighty then, very good. Now let's go ahead and crank up the fuel mixture and start this puppy up. While it's starting up, check the rudder and everything, make sure it's all working correctly, and it looks like it is. Aircraft is now armed and running. And we'll check up the guns, and then we'll jump up and fall into formation with those guys up there for now. Just gotta wait for everyone else to start up before I start rolling off the runway. So while we're waiting for these people to get up, just want to let you guys know I have been, as you might have seen, a few videos popping up. I have been live streaming a little bit more lately. Mainly been doing, well, I haven't done a live stream yet, and for now this week, the week of this video, or whenever this video comes out, I probably haven't done one. Mainly because of the issue of my internet service provider and data caps, but that's another story for another time. But I have been live streaming a bit more than I have, or that I used to. And I have been quite enjoying it. Now, I've been doing more or less, been streaming more World of Warships because I am enjoying that game. But it does not mean it's the only game that I have been live streaming. I've done a couple streams with Steel Beast. I've also done a few, well, I've done about one of each game, a stream of both Silent Hunter 4 and Silent Hunter 3. So if you're into any of those games, go down to the description and follow me on Twitch. Now, again, I don't always play those games. I have been playing more Warships than anything else because I have been enjoying it, but that doesn't mean that I'm always going to be playing Warships whenever I go live on Twitch. So follow me down there. And make sure you have emails notifications set so that when I do go live, you'll get an email whenever I do. Other than that, I guess I could just say follow me on Twitter, because I need to enable that. Because I will enable when I go live on Twitter. So you can either follow me either way and find out whenever I'm going live. So yeah, I'm going to continue here and climb up until we meet up with these guys here. And then I guess we'll be going on our little merry way to target, and we'll see if we get any scruffs, and I'll be back whenever we do. So until then, stay tuned. And welcome back. As you can see there, that is the town of Verdun. Verdun scares me. As a Central pilot, it scares the living heck out of me. Now, a little late up to what's going on. I didn't realize it until looking at the map and zooming in around trying to find the town that we were supposed to bomb or escort the aircraft to bomb. I was looking around and I noticed that the town there, as I said, was Verdun. I just noticed, hey, we're near Verdun, and Verdun scares me to living death. Now, why does it scare me to living death? Well, the times I've played the game before, and not realizing the 10 times flak, every time I got a mission to fly over Verdun, and I think it was actually with Jojcib as well the last time I played, I got wrecked each and every time by Verdun's AAA. Now, if anyone who doesn't know what Verdun is, and I've talked about it before several times, Verdun was a very strong central town for the French. It was kind of their Alamo, to say the least. It was a town that was never taken in any war, and the Germans wanted to prove that they could take Verdun during World War I, and they took over part of Verdun, this side over here by the river, but they were during the Somme offense and all that, they were pushed again back over to the other side, and Verdun was never taken again. Verdun is a massive fortress town for the French, and it really did not have that much of a significant strategic point to it, but it was just one of those national pride things, kind of like the Germans taking over Paris in World War II, taking over the town of Paris and ending the war with France. You know, it's kind of one of those significant spots for the French, especially during World War I and previous wars. And a little update on this mission. So, as you can see, we are, of course, over the front. We've gone past our last mission waypoint, which was right there at the edge. It told us just to fly into the front or escort them to the front, and then, I guess, head back home. Sadly, well, to begin with, I took off, and we linked up with the bombers, and they kept circling the airfield, and I was like, okay, what's going on? So I let the autopilot take over. And, of course, as always, I did not hit the specific waypoint that I was supposed to go to in order to trigger the event, and I did that, or the autopilot did that, and it triggered the event, and the bombers flew off, and I never saw them again. So we were never able to link up with the bombers. I'm hoping that they got over fast enough. Sadly, there doesn't look like the Allies want to send up any form of resistance. Now, there is an airfield at Verdun. As you can see, it's fairly close to the front, though I don't think it's an active airfield because it is so close to the front. But yeah, there's nothing that I can see as far as targets go. My wingmen are with me, and I haven't again seen the bombers since they last left us when we finally triggered the waypoint. So I'm going to continue to fly around until we find something to shoot at, or I get bored and decide to land. Just a little bit of an update for you guys to let you guys know what's going on, and be right back. Stay tuned. And welcome back. So I think I'm going to call this mission to quit. As you can see, we're a bit lower. I let the autopilot go again to see what would happen. Yes, that is my white flare, and the reason for that white flare being is I told my other chat to go home. Why did I do that? Well, as the AI was trying to shake my plane apart for some reason. I'm not sure if you guys have had this issue, if you played this aircraft for some unforsaken reason. Whenever you go to autopilot and it needs to get lower, it does this. It does that kind of shaking. I don't know why it does it. It just does it. And as it was spazzing out, trying to make me throw up, my two AI companions, wingmen, collided with each other. One of them ripping his wing off with the other guy and crashing onto the ground. I'm right now trying to find his wreckage. So I would say this mission it's just a failure. It's a failure on the course of the AI's part. I will leave it at that. It is just the AI's fault for everything that just happened. The AI made those chats crash into each other as they were trying to keep up with me. And of course, while they were trying to keep up with me, they were flying erratically, and they collided with each other and caused one to destroy the other. If I can find his wreckage. I'm trying to see. I know he lost a wing, which would have been a catastrophic crash. But I'm hoping, kind of hoping that we were low enough that maybe his wing, or, you know, his colliding with the ground wasn't fatal. It probably is. Question is, where did he crash? All I know is I saw planes come together and a wing come off, and I did not see where the guy crashed. Oh man, oh man. But yes, for some reason you go autopilot with this plane, the AI just goes all wonky and stupid with the autopilot. It just doesn't seem to understand how to fly this aircraft. Though, it could be also an issue with the latest version of the game, but I don't know. I just don't know. Well, as much shelling as this side of the line's getting, well, as any side of the lines here are getting, I don't think my wingman survived that crash. I'm sure he crashed and then ended up being hit by an artillery shell or something. And I'm not seeing him at all on the ground here, so his plane might have despawned already. Tragic shame. What is that black mark? No, that's just an artillery shell landing spot. Oh, what a shame, what a shame. So I'm going to go ahead and RTB. We made it to our waypoints, so I think the mission was accomplished. I'm not real sure. Sadly, no action in this one besides the AI just being super wonky. Hopefully, maybe the next mission will be better, but I'll come back when we start our landing approach, so stay tuned. And welcome back. As you can see, there's our airfield right there in between the two arms that hold up the wing. We're coming in for a landing here. A little disappointed, didn't get to shoot my guns. There we go, now I got to shoot my guns. I'm a little bit happier. Oh well. Sadly, we're coming home. One less wingman, maybe two. I'm not real sure. I have not seen the other guy, so I don't know if he survived or not. He might have. It might have killed the pilot, or he might have had to crash land for not having a propeller blade on. And I do know it's a thing that did happen. I mean, it happened in the war on both sides. Pilots not, getting target fixated and not paying attention to the surroundings, then either colliding with a friendly or colliding with an ally, a friendly or an allied. Yeah, same thing, duh, Joe. Colliding with an allied or colliding with an enemy just because they're not really paying attention to their surroundings. I know I've had the occasion of colliding with aircraft on my accounts and ripping off the props because I got a little bit too close for comfort and was not really paying attention. Let's go ahead and land this bird on the ground. We can end this terrible mission. Sadly, like I said, this mission was a bit of a kind of a bust as far as the action goes. We didn't see any aircraft. We lost track of the bombers. I'm not real sure if they made it to their mission or not, but we did go on our waypoints, so yeah. Whatever. Hopefully they've got their way and they haven't been jumped. Sadly, our mission was cut short by a collision. Whoa! And I go and rip my wings off. That's fun. But hey, look, it still works. Alright, let's go ahead and cut the engine off there. Cut off the fuel mixture. And let's go ahead and end the mission. Finish flight. It's probably going to be a defeat. We will see. And the mission is a defeat. Yep, of course it is. Because we had some collisions and we lost flight, or lost track of our bombers. So we went ahead and landed. So, cut the video here as always, and I'll see you all on the generator screen. So, stay tuned. And here we are back on the generator screen. So, let's go ahead and submit that combat report. 0 victories claimed. Let's go ahead and submit report. And let's see what happened. So, we took off. See, we circled around a little bit, and then we got our waypoints to circle around a bit more. Ferdinand Wirtz was destroyed, and Klaus Messerschmitt was destroyed, and I was damaged by unknown, which was the ground, because we damaged our wing on the ground. But it looks like we possibly lost 2 of our pilots, which makes me sad because Klaus Messerschmitt's not going to go on to create the Messerschmitt fighter anymore. Oh no! No, I know it's not the same person. So far, the only one that was killed in that one was Klaus Messerschmitt, so I'm sure he was the guy that had his wing ripped off and crashed into the ground. Yep, and that was that for that mission. So 2 missions down, 0 kills, sadly. And we're coming close to the end of this little mini series. Like I said, we're probably going to do maybe about 5 missions before we switched over to our full career, which I'm still trying to decide what I want to do. But until then, I'll see you all next time.